Hi, my YouTube fans. I am presenting to you tonight the review of A House Divided, Episode 1. We will begin by introducing some of the main characters for this particular episode. Uh, there are some characters that we will actually meet later on in the reviews. Um, and I will introduce them at that time. But for tonight's episode, for episode 1, we're going to introduce a few main characters. Um, First off, we're going to have Lawrence Hilton Jacobs. He's playing the role of Cameron Sanders Sr., and he is a newly um, bank executive. Actually, he has taken over the bank, so a newly bank president in the family's business. And he is learning all the ropes and everything that was actually put forth for him to be in the position to actually take on this particular duty. The next character, her name is Demetria McKinney. Her character is Carissa Walker. Carissa obviously works at the bank as some sort of an executive, where she has actually met uh, Cameron Sr., of course, and there seems to be something brewing there. We also have Miss Paula Jai Parker, Paula Jai Parker. She's playing the role of Stephanie Sanders. All right. And she is the daughter of Cameron Sanders Sr. We also have Brad James. Brad James has a small scene in the first episode. He is Cameron Jr. Okay, so we're going to go in tonight on this review. I'm going to give you some sort of an overview so that you'll know exactly where we'll be going where we'll actually be headed um, on this particular journey. So we begin with Carissa walking in on the property of Cameron's and his wife's home, their estate. Uh, and the reason she is at the home is because she was actually invited there by the wife. So they greet each other and they proceed, to the dining area. The scene then switches to Cameron Sr. entering the bank and being told that he has a visitor from Nigeria actually waiting in his office. We can then see Carissa and the wife conversating at the table about Carissa's affair with her husband. Carissa responds, "He loves me." Hmm. And the wife says, "Hey, look, I know you. You're the type, you like to stick around, you know. Folk got to make you leave, okay? You have an MBA and you're very cunning, and you're the same woman that married an 84-year-old rich sugarcane farmer. And after 2 years of marriage, he dies, and you take half and spend it on a man half your age. And now you show up here, switching those hips around the bank and my husband, okay? Oh my goodness. Well, I'm not the one to tell anyone to stay in grief. The girl had to move on. But anyway, we move on to Stephanie in the stable with the stable help. She seems to be really crazy about this guy. She even thinks she loves him. Now me and no one else knows why, but that's the same. So Carissa says, "Well, I believe lunch is over and I must be going at this time." The wife is about to eat some steak when Carissa says, "You have a lovely home." And then she pauses and says, especially the master bedroom. So naturally, the wife could not fathom Carissa would know what the master bedroom looks like, let alone been in her personal bed, okay, with her husband. So the wife begins to choke on this information, okay, literally. And then she reaches for some water that Carissa has conveniently moved further down the table. She's literally watching this woman choke. Now, wait a minute, ma'am. I know you're not going to let that woman choke. So you can just walk into her life without any resistance? Okay, have it your way. It seems to be your world. Moving on. The scene then switches to Cameron Sr., where he is in the meeting with the Nigerian businessman. Now, at this time, the Nigerian businessman is telling him, well, you don't operate as your father. You're not a good businessman as your father was. You know, you're spoiled, and this line of work just may not be for you. So Cameron's response was, well, you Nigerians never been the one to mince words or be humble. No, okay. Now, afterwards, we then move on to the wife's funeral. Oh, they got rid of her pretty quick, you know, and everyone, of course, gathers for the funeral, and the rest of the episode is just a few fillers, with the players and the eventual players, who they will be, and we'll be moving forward. But this is a worthwhile watch. And, the tide seems to be turning already. I think it's a really, really great show. It's laying the foundation of who these characters will eventually turn out to be. Um, and I will introduce some more characters to you on the second episode, and I hope you join me for that as well. As I stated, I am just starting to try and grow my YouTube channel, and I need all of you all to join me. So please subscribe, please like the video, please share the video, and I will see you for episode 2. Thank you so much, and you have a great day.